Growth. That is our fourth financial tool that we're going to talk about. Growth is needed even when we get into retirement. During the previous accumulation phase of life, that's really all we were focused on for the most part. Growing our money, contributing money in order to get to that place where we have enough, if there is such thing as enough, when we get to retirement. But you know what? Our need for growth doesn't stop once we get to retirement because we have this reality called inflation. Even though we have certain income needs at the beginning of retirement, those income needs are going to grow because things are going to begin costing more and more each year, whether it's healthcare expenses or just regular retirement expenses. Social Security increases may not cover all of the increases that we need due to inflation. Or if we have a pension that supplements our Social Security, a lot of times that pension isn't going to grow in its actual payments from month to month or year to year. But our income needs do tend to grow in retirement. So we still need growth in order to cover future income needs and future inflation risks. Also, people have desires to leave a legacy, to leave money to heirs, and maybe they want to continue to grow that legacy throughout their retirement years if it's not needed for liquidity, or they've covered all the risk, or they've covered all of their income. So the growth category almost always is going to come from an investment company, some form of investment. Examples that we put in are stocks or bonds or mutual funds. Those are just examples. There are many, many other types of investment strategies that relate to growth. What do I have to give up if I want money to grow? If I'm going to put it at its maximum growth potential within the level of risk I'm comfortable with, I've got to give up protection. I cannot fully guarantee that this money can't be lost, or some of this money can't be lost due to fluctuations in the markets. So I get to choose, when I use growth strategies, what level of uncertainty I'm willing to live with. So at the highest level of uncertainty, you have the highest level of risk, the highest potential for growth and gains, and the least amount of protection. But certainly, if I need growth, I can have more certainty. So even within the level of growth, you could have something that I would term protected growth. Protected growth is where we can actually use an insurance company to safely grow money from year to year to year so that our long-term returns or growth are moderate in nature, but I don't ever lose any money in any particular year. I won't have the potential for as much growth or gains each year as the unprotected growth markets, but there are vehicles within the category of growth that allow us to safely grow money from year to year to year. So when you look at the growth column, you might want to think about dividing your growth needs among protected growth, moderate levels of growth over the long term, where I don't lose money in any particular year, and unprotected growth, where I have much higher levels of growth potential, but maybe not as much protection. Ultimately, when you look at the growth needs, you can determine what percentage should go in protected growth, what percentage should go in unprotected growth.